good afternoon. My name is Crystal Lee. I'm here to inform you about my role as a Juvenile Supervision Officer for the Harris County Juvenile Probation Department. All right, I have a question before we get started. My question is, do you think that women should work in a maximum security facility?
Yes.
I think women should be able to do what men do. So.
Oh, okay. So women should be able to do what men do.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We should have the opportunity for sure.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll just give you an overview of what I do. What we do in the facility is called MAT, the MAT systems. The MAT systems is a physical restraint technique that we use in result of physical interaction, just in case someone's hurting themselves. We want to make sure that we use it to secure safety and security within the facility. So, the physical restraint that we use is consistent with dignity and respect. We want to make sure that everybody gets the right to be treated equal. Okay? So, for instance, if I have a situation that's going on, a high-risk situation, I want to diffuse that situation immediately. Sometimes it has to be verbally. I can verbally de-escalate a situation, or I have to get physical and use the physical restraint, which is consistent with MAT. So I'll be telling you about what is MAT, how we use MAT, and why we use MAT. All right, so how we use MAT. We use MAT in the sense of using a radar. It's acronyms that we use. It's RADAR. Radar. First, I want to recognize the situation. Once I recognize the situation, I see that something's going on. I then assess it, which is my A. I assess the situation. I decide if I want to act on it. So once I act on it, I then decide how I go into the situation. Do I hear emotional disturbance? Do I hear banging? Do I hear crying? Do I hear screaming, cursing? I have to look at all those things. So once I decide, I have to act on it. And then once I act on it, I have to review my results at the end. So after I do that, then I have to get help, assistance. We look over everything that was done in the physical restraint. Why do we use MAT? We use MAT for safety and security of the residents. We want to make sure that no one's hurting each other or themselves. We have kids that have mental disabilities. They have mental things that challenge them that want to cause self-mutilation into themselves. So we have to prevent those things from happening. For instance, I have to do 15-minute interval rounds while I'm in a unit with the kids. I have to walk around, do random checks to make sure that the kid is not hurting themselves. If I have a kid on bed rest, I want to make sure that the kid is not vomiting on the floor, choking, trying to carve in their skin, all those different types of things we have to make sure is in place. We want to avoid, reduce hostility within the facility. We want to make sure that we have a hostile-free environment. Because who wants to come to a place where kids are just going crazy and we can't control them? So we have to use the MAT. But it's not always necessary immediately. We just have to assess the situation, decide what to do, how to do it. And then sometimes we might need backup. We might have to ask somebody else to come assist us if the situation seems too stressful for one person to do. So what is MAT? Physical restraint. 2, how do we use MAT? We use it in the sense of applying the radar. 3, why do we use MAT? Safety and security of the facility for ourselves, for the residents around us, and everybody in there. Now, conclusion. You can also use MAT at home, on the go, if you're in public and you see something getting crazy and you need to intervene. If you cannot verbally de-escalate a situation, do know that you can use MAT. You can get in there and bear hug the situation. And when using MAT, I apply both of my arms around the resident in this manner, but I have it around their waist area where their hips are. And I close them in by sliding my arms down to them in a bear hugging manner. And I make sure that both of their arms are to their sides so that they cannot physically hurt themselves or anyone else. And I hold them in that position until the stimulus that's in the room that's causing them to be frustrated, aggravated, is removed from the room, and then we proceed to put them behind their doors. So, do we have any questions? Yes, ma'am.
my question was, why do, come back to me, because I had a question, but I forgot.
Okay. Anyone else have a question?
What about, do you ever actually use a restraint, like a posy restraint or anything like that, if they're just out of control completely?
Yes, we do. So we do have to use restraints. And a lot of them like that sometimes. I think they like for us to get close up on them and they want that attention. Sometimes they be like, you're going to have to restrain me. So we have to use man on a consistent basis if it's necessary.